Hi, my name is Lexi Waltz. I graduated Valley in 2018, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my job in the sport industry. So right now, I'm currently enrolled at Slippery Rock University for a degree in sport management, and during our senior year, the last semester, we do a 12-week internship. So right now, I'm interning with the Erie Otters, who are an OHL hockey team, and I'm their digital media intern. So as far as what I do right now, I mostly do game day prep and game day management. So I haven't had my first game yet because they keep getting canceled, but I have done the prep work so far, and we have a game, as I'm recording, we have a game tomorrow. So some of the prep that I do is writing the scripts for all the people who work in the production booth. So I'll go through and use a template, and I'll add in all of the things that we're going to be doing that day so they have a script to follow. So that'll be what we're doing at intermission. If we have anyone singing the national anthem, we'll have that on the script as well. And that's just so that everyone can follow it and know what's coming and know what to do on game day so that everything runs smoothly. As far as training, you don't really need much formal training. You really just need experience in this field. Some people will recommend that you get a master's degree. As of right now, I'm not sure if that's necessary. If you're going to be working in collegiate athletics, you probably should get a master's degree. But as far as the rest of the sporting industry, starting out with just having a lot of experience, which I'll talk a little bit more about later, is a really good start. If you do want to go for those executive roles, the master's degree is definitely going to help you put yourself in front of the other candidates. So some roles that I had before I started my internship here. So we do 4 practicums with Slippery Rock University in their sport management program. So those are just essentially little internships. They last 3 weeks and they're 50 hours. So I've worked at a YMCA. I've worked at Valley with Muzzy just this past winter. I've worked at Pittsburgh Ice Arena, and then also with the athletic communication department at Slippery Rock University. So that's sort of like a broader term for what I do is athletic communication. So essentially anything that's like press releases, social media, if you think about the scoreboards and the jumbotrons, all that kind of stuff is athletic communication. So that's more of a broad title for what I do. So a typical work day, it's a little bit different every day, and that's a big thing in the sport industry is that not every day is the same. So I typically come in around 10 o'clock, and if there's games coming up that week, I'll do the script usually the day before or 2 days before. And we do have a game day meeting every week just to discuss the home games that we have for that week. Also, most recently, we have a school day game coming up, and I took a bunch of clips from Frozen, Monsters Inc., and clipped them and edited them down, and I'll upload those to our TriCaster. It's one of our pieces of equipment that we use to use the scoreboard. So that's what it'll look like on game week. If not, I'm not really needed in the office as of right now if there's not those essential things for me to do. But like for my boss, he also makes all of the promotional videos and all the graphics that you see on social media. So due to needing some editing skills and making graphics, I think some of the most important skills you could have is learning Photoshop and video editing, and also video shooting if that's something that you're interested in. That'll really help in athletic communication just because everyone wears so many hats in the athletic industry that you're probably going to need to make something in Photoshop or edit a video at some point if you are in athletic communication. One of the biggest rewards about working in athletic communication and with the Erie Otters is seeing all the work that you put in sort of come to fruition. So with athletic communication, and like I said, I clipped those videos for the school day game. Tomorrow I'll get to see those on the Jumbotron and watch all the kids laugh and smile, and I just like seeing that what I'm doing is giving other people a good experience, because that's one of the biggest things in the sport industry is you are providing an experience for someone and a service, so you need to make sure that they're having a good time. One of the biggest challenges is how unpredictable sports is. So just these past 2 weeks, we had multiple games canceled due to COVID. And even without COVID, so many things change, like the weather, and that's just a really big challenge. Another big challenge is being a young woman in the sport industry. I don't let that hold me back, but if any young girls, young women are watching this, it is a male-dominated industry, and that can cause some issues. In my experience so far, there haven't been any major ones. We're coming to a little bit of a turning point where they want to introduce more women into the industry. So although it is a male-dominated industry, the times are changing right now, which I'm very lucky for, but it is difficult sometimes to get respect, being so young and also being a woman. Something I wish I had known is that how time-consuming all of this is. Everything is very weird hours. For example, if there's a game day, I'll come in maybe 2 hours or 3 hours before the game, but then sometimes you might be staying until midnight, and then you have to get up and come to work at 9 o'clock the next day. So the hours, they're not kidding when they say there's a lot of hours and very odd hours, but I just wish I had known that or taken it more seriously, but it's nothing that bothers me. I like the change of pace and the excitement of it. But if you want to know any more about working in athletic communication or the sport industry in general, I would recommend reaching out. It doesn't have to be on LinkedIn, but setting up a LinkedIn as soon as possible is very helpful. But reaching out to, say the Steelers are your favorite team. Look up their front office, and whatever role you think you want to work in, if it's sales or communication, reach out to someone in that department and ask for an informational interview. And I'm guaranteed that they will say yes. I don't think I've ever been turned down for an informational interview. And what you'll do is just ask them a few questions. Over email is fine. The phone is better, but if you're, still taking some steps, over email is fine. And just ask them questions about their job or to shadow them. It can be very beneficial. And also, if anyone wants to reach out to me, my email is alexismwaltz@gmail.com, and you can get more information from me too if you'd like.